Hello my friends, this is the video that I made on AMD about 11 days ago, to be exact on July the 10th of this year, when the price of this asset was, as you can see right here, at $546.02 at overnight hours. And at this point I told you that this asset was and still is in consolidation phase. It formed this type of horizontal channel, and depending on the breakout above the level of resistance or below the level of support, and I have to admit that the breakout should be a sustained breakout with the retest from the other side, and then we might see the trend continuation. And depending on this breakout, we might expect the movement in the certain direction. And guys, take a look right here. This is the actual price action of AMD, and I made my previous video when this asset was somewhere at this point. It retested several times the upper border of this channel, went lower, broke it to the downside, but eventually it went back. It wasn't a sustained breakout, it was a breakout, but it retested this level again and went above this range. And it is hovering again inside this channel, which means we don't have any confirmation of its upcoming trend. And in a minute I will show you what should we expect in order to make our conclusion. And as you can see, technical analysis works perfectly well. We don't have any fake signals from the chart if you know how to read the chart properly. And if you want to know more about technical analysis, if you want to enhance your trading skills, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel and join my Patreon account. And guys, this is the post that I wrote on January the 30th. It is a public post that you can find on my Patreon. It is pretty much all trade alerts that I made from December the 1st to January the 30th. These are the results of these alerts. You can see that all of the trades were in profit except this one on December 19th. TRWV hit a stop loss order, and we've lost about 1.33% on this trade, but all other trades are in green. That is why you can use these trades in your personal trades as a part of your due diligence. So guys, you've seen many of my trade calls, all delivering strong returns in just hours. Now it's your turn to trade smarter. Join my Safe Haven Patreon tier, built for traders who want consistency, structure, and real results. You will get a detailed plan to protect your portfolio, monthly one-on-one Zoom sessions with me, and private Discord access with all trade alerts, lessons, and exclusive updates. And here is the best part. If you don't earn more than your subscription price within 30 days, you will receive a full refund, no question asked, as long as your trading account balance is at least $2,500 and you've taken all the recommended trades during the period. No excuses, no fine print. You profit or you don't pay. Join today and let's start building your edge in the market.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
So, and on today's video I will show you the news that might be the catalyst for this asset for the upcoming weeks and how you can benefit out of its potential movements. So first of all, let's pay our attention to the general sentiment related to AMD stock. And to find it out, we have to type in Google search bar AMD stock and switch to new stock folder. And I want to pay attention to the most recent news that was published on Yahoo Finance just 3 hours ago. And it's titled why AMD stock jumped today. And here is some details. Shares of advanced micro devices climbed on Tuesday after the chip maker expanded its partnership with Microsoft. As a part of their collaboration, Microsoft will deploy AMD's new Helios rack scale systems on its Azure cloud computing platform to power artificial intelligence interface workloads for its customers. Which means, guys, we have another partnership between two major players on this field, and that is why both of them, AMD and Microsoft, gained some value to its price, to its share price. On top of that, guys, let me show you some details about the so-called smart money investors list. This is the Wait a second, this is the chart which shows the number of shares which belong to institutional investors. And we have the highest level for AMD, and which means, guys, more and more institutional investors still want to hold AMD stock in their investment portfolios. On top of that, guys, if we take a look at the most recent activity, we have more green rows, which indicate more bullish pressure on the price of AMD stocks. But we have to keep in mind that this is not the deal execution dates. It is just a filing dates. And real deal happened back in previous quarter of this year. And if we take a look at the price chart, let me zoom out to a bigger picture. You can see that this asset is in sideways movement for quite a while. And if we take a look at the previous quarter, we see that, well, the price was somewhere from $200 all the way up to maybe $500, and definitely it was a bullish movement to the upside. It was consistently forming higher highs and higher lows, but for now we have this sideways movement, and which means, guys, we have to be cautious because well, in a minute I will show you what should we expect next. And before we dive deep into the technical analysis, please subscribe to my channel, hit notification bell and hit the like button. This helps me a lot. So guys, let me remind you that in my previous video that I published, wait a second, on July the 10th, I told you that we have two basic options how we can identify the trend and the trend continuation. We have to see 5 waves movement to the upside, and AMD formed it perfectly well. Then we have two options. Option number one is just a simple ABC correction that will not last a long time, but it should be relatively deep compared to the previous wave. Or we have option number two. Wait a second, this is option number two. We might see the consolidation that has a lot of waves, but it is relatively shallow compared to previous consolidation. And from this point, we might see the trend continuation. Everything depends on the breakout. And for now, guys, I cannot confirm or deny any of the counts because it is extremely difficult to count properly the waves right here. And it is extremely difficult to, well, it is pure guessing where this asset should go in the upcoming session. But we still have two levels of support and resistance. Level number one is still this one. If it breaks $556, if it breaks it with the retest from the top, and if it moves higher, if it forms something like this, in this case, after this retest, we might expect the movement to the upside. Otherwise, guys, let me mark this line longer. If it breaks the level of support to the downside, retest it from the bottom and goes lower, if it forms something like this, in this case it will be a confirmation right after this retest that this asset should have a trend continuation. We had this contender, as you can see, it went lower, retested from the top, but it went back, and that is why, guys, it wasn't a sustained breakout. We have to see more confirmation on the price chart in order to make a conclusion. On top of that, guys, if you know how to properly trade these ranges, you know that if the certain asset retests level of support and resistance, we might expect a bounce, and the price target should be the middle line of this channel. Definitely it is more risky because the more touches certain asset has with the level of support or resistance, the more likely it will break it within the next touch. That is why, guys, be cautious, wait for more confirmation, and I think that's all. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comment section, and see you in the next video. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gone live it up.